Bienvenidos, yo soy Padre Mu. It's me, Mel Ash. I'm here to read a piece I performed called 13 Things You Can Learn as a Vampire. So it's about to get very Halloween-y here now. Listen up. This is online at 13things.bandcamp.com and a production by my friend Cody Freedom here. You should read it. I got some limited copies here that you can take. Look it up on the internet. Listen to it. It's scary. I want to thank Taylor for her soundtrack, which will be playing behind me right now. Okay. Zen of the Undead. 13 things you can learn as a vampire. Oh, laugh now. Go ahead. One. Accept what you are. Accept what you are. You have no choice but to ultimately accept your condition and seek a slayer. Mortals seek their killers constantly, desiring the things that eventually destroy them. Any mortals here today? Listen up. Courting them even, denying it all the way to the grave. You don't have the self-deluded luxury. This is the way things are, says the undying one, shrouded in a cloud of faces. It is not a moral choice. It is not a choice at all. Free will? Free will? It is to laugh. Be what you are. Can you do anything else? Can the lion refuse to kill? The salmon refuse to spawn? The sun refuse to set? You are free from choice. You are free from choice. Choose this. Choose this. 2. Number 2. All right. Thank you, Igor. Number 2. Very important. Be in it for the long run. Be in it for the long run. You gotta take a long, broad view of things, says William Burroughs, about nearly everything. When faced with eternity and no possibility of death, long-term awareness becomes an art form. Awareness becomes an art form. Your only adversary, boredom. History? A convenient framework upon which you toss your clothes. You appropriate whatever is lying around in your current time and culture. You hold lightly, let go easily. It's just time, after all. And your life is a moving sculpture within its endless space. And you are the sculptor. 3. You are not who you appear to be. Haha, you already knew this. Take off your mask. You are not who you appear to be. Your personality, ego, or name. Throughout the centuries, you change identities, countries, lovers, friends, beliefs, opinions. Shedding the old self like a snakeskin becomes a habit. Seamlessly, effortlessly merging and melting away, time after forgotten time. There is a reason the mirror fails in its reflection. Break mirrors. 4. Your hunger. Your hunger is your friend and your teacher. A full belly and a languid mind are as good as a stake through your still heart. Therein lies the way of the herd. Instead, you are fated to be driven under the lash of your great need. Your horrible hunger becomes the rocky road to redemption. Name the dark thing that feeds you. Name it. Right now. Beer. Shot. Weed. Earthquakes. Name the dark thing that feeds you. It will be at your side always. Its gleaming fang is more reliable than what this world fancies justice. 5. Survive as an enemy. Survive as an enemy. As a wolf among overwhelming numbers of sheep. As a spy in the house of love. As a whisper, a fable. As a story told to scare children at bedtime. Escape detection. Take on protective coloring. Practice invisibility in full view. Can't sing. Seduce and beguile. Use your ultimate and bitter alienation as strength in this world of weakness. In spite of, for lack of anything else to do. 6. Return to the body. Return to your bodies. The flesh is an 80-year-long doorway through which we walk to the mystery. You are trapped in the body forever, discovering there's nowhere else to go. No hell, no heaven, just the steaming purgatory of flesh. Surrendering to its incessant demands, true transcendence is attained. Fulfilling its needs, repression is slain, and the heavy fingers of the mind uncurl from the body, allowing it to fly free. This way was blocked on purpose by thousands of years of spiritual servitude. The keys have always been inside the cell you call your body. You have been trained to blindness, beseeching others to set you free. The doorway of the flesh has now been thrown open. Where will you go? Where will you go? 7. The victim chooses. This is very important. Some ethics involved in this. The victim chooses. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, say the Hasid. So too with companions as well as enemies, smelling the sweetness of strength or the stench of self-loathing. Choose one. You can feel the faint throb of resignation or the loud beat of their pride. Remember always, you don't choose the soul feeds upon which you feast. They are offered freely if you're attentive enough. You, no longer simply alive, become the many you consume, be it their blood, passion, words, or works. If you are lucky enough, your blood calls to others like you, and the loneliness becomes easier to bear. 8. It gets happier.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. My producer, Cody Creed. Pain and pleasure are one. Okay? Pain and pleasure are one. The statue of St. Teresa's spiritual ecstasy is indistinguishable from the look of sexual release. And so in turn, the orgasm can appear painful and violent, like your kiss at the offered neck or the undraped breast. To the body, punishment and play, pain and pleasure are elaborate codes of liberation that we translate with the thirst and lust. The piercing of your teeth, really not so different than nails through the outstretched palms. The penetration of the phallus, the spurt of sperm and blood are identical. When dying to the world becomes a daily performance, pain is revealed as a portal, the ecstasy of saints and sinners alike. No meaning but this. 9. Number 9. Absolute desire, fulfilled absolutely, is the release sought from self and solitude. Desire becomes need, and in turn becomes nature itself. An inferno burning away the fences of mind, body, and soul. Desire becomes a river of molten blood as it plunges to the cool ocean of self. 10. There is no good. There is no evil. No life after death. Understanding this in the body is godhood to those bound in the chains of duality and bondage to the mind's hallucinations of meaning and narrative. There's only this, right here, right now. There's nowhere else to go. World without end. The power to construct heaven and hell lies within your own minds. Which one shall you choose? Does it matter? Does it even matter? 11. Number 11. Die daily. Die daily. Every day the coffin calls and you cease to be. No mind, no body, no problem, hisses the Zen madman in his cave far from the marketplace. Dying to self and ego is the secret path shown only to those who have arrived at this dark crossroads of spirit and flesh. Every sunset, another profane resurrection, rolling away the stone of life's paradox. You died and yet survived. You continue to practice daily the primordial ritual, the terminal result of original sin. Dying, you conquer death itself, but more important, fear of death. Becoming fear itself, you're safe from the mind's gnawing demons. 12. Surface suffices. Surface suffices. In mastering the spiritual arts of pain and pleasure, ego death, and time surfing, deep can come to mean the abyss, and introspection only a pathetic wallowing. When the mind inside becomes a knot of tangled snakes, and the world outside a howling wilderness of inanity and meaninglessness, surface suffices. You pay attention to what you wear, fine silks, biting oils. You blacken your nails. You narrow your eyes seductively. Oh yeah. The calmness within is attained by paying exquisite attention to details without. Surface suffices. 13. Behavior decides. Behavior decides. It doesn't matter what you think. What you feel is laughable. What you say to others is not up for discussion here. What do you actually do? How do you do it? That and only that is who you are and what you are. Your behavior decides and defines. You obey, of course. In absolute obedience to one's true nature, beyond the handcuffs of this and that lies the freedom you so desperately desire. Drink deeply. Then, like a fine mist in a darkling dawn, vanish, leaving no trace. That which is forbidden is true. Muchas gracias. Happy Halloween.
Halloween. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.